If you want to become a hacker, you will need to learn Linux. Linux is very useful platform in the world of hacking. That's why in this series I'm gonna teach you Linux. So welcome to my tutorial series Linux for Hacking episode 1. Hello world, this is Sphinx channel. Before we start, in case you have liked the content of my channel, I would appreciate it if you could smash that subscribe button and share your opinion with me in the comments below. Now let's start. During the Linux for Hacking series, I'm gonna teach you all in a way which would be beneficial for everyone, whether you are a computer engineer or you have another occupation. You can easily learn how to work with Linux in this series. So let's not to lose any more time and let's start learning how to be a hacker with Linux immediately. Don't be surprised, I'm not joking. I'm going to introduce you to a site with which you can easily create your own Linux lab. And the best part of it is that it's completely for free. Yes, you heard it right, it's completely free. So let's start using Linux right now. If you think learning Linux is very difficult and that you're not up for the challenge, you are gravely mistaken. Let me show you why. First, go into the site, which I have put its links down in the caption, and sign up. In order to use the tools and facilities of this site, you will need to sign up first. But don't worry, sign up is free. In this part, click skip, cause it's explaining something simple, it's not important. As you have noticed, it has written 30 cubes under your username, but what's the use of these cubes? You are gonna need this to open any tutorial which you want to use it in this site. You can buy as many cubes as you want from here, but right now we have 30 cubes, which is enough for now. Now here click on models and next on all models, roll down the page and find the Linux fundamental. As you can see, it requires 10 cubes, which we already have. And remember, every time you finish a course in Linux, it rewards you 10 cubes. Isn't it super cool? So why not do it? Why not learn it? Let's go. Click on unlock and without any waste of time, click on start. Alright, now in this new page, roll down and down until you reach here, which is my workstation. This is your Linux box. After clicking here, wait a little bit, now it's ready. Click on interact to enter. So here we go. Now you own a Linux machine, which called Pound Box. From here on everything starts, but let me explain two things for you. First, what is really this? I'm gonna explain all this to you as if it's the very first time you are seeing a Linux workplace and you wanna know what all this tool means. Second, we're gonna start writing our very first codes in Linux terminal. Don't worry, I'm gonna clarify all this for you. What you see here is Linux, which is being processed on your system and inside your browser, which is really dope as move by this website. This Linux is a branch of an operating system named Parrot OS, which is designed for hacking. To be more accurate, Parrot is an operating system just like Windows, Android or iOS, which is designed for us to work in. So anyone asks you what kind of operating system are you using here, you can answer by saying Parrot OS and that you are currently using Linux on it. So Linux is not an operating system by itself, it's actually a kernel, which we built our operating system on top of it. Now, what does a Linux kernel do? One of the most important functions it has is to make connection with CPU, RAM, hard, and etc. As a hacker, whenever we want to run our hack tools like Nmap or anything else, we basically tell Parrot OS to run it for us. And Parrot OS ask Linux whether it's possible to occupy a little bit of space on our hard drive resources. In fact, Linux is connector between OS and hardware. But to make it easy, we are gonna call all this Linux. Now why do we need to use Linux while we have Windows, Mac and etc. What's wrong with this guys? The real answer is nothing and everything. Let me explain. One of the reasons is that Linux is open source, which means so many things. To put it simply, it can openly be used to do anything. Another one of the advantages of Linux is that it's faster and it's more safe, which is why currently all around the world the majority of websites and servers are using Linux. This is also why hackers prefer using it as well. Now, after boring you with all this explanation, how do we use Linux? Here we're facing something similar to desktop. You can see many icons inside this space, but we're not gonna use them directly. The main source of power in Linux is its terminal, the command line. Click right here, it doesn't matter what color its icon is, click on it. Alright, this is Linux terminal. Here is where we can benefit from Linux tools, gadgets and facilities. Alright, the beginning of our work might seem a little confusing or very scary, but have no fear. I'm gonna teach you a couple of codes so that little by little you can start having fun with them. At the same time that you have opened the terminal, on the left side open the home as well by double clicking right here. You need to always be aware of where you are at that moment. Here in the home folder you can see where you correctly are, which is the home directory, and everything inside it are visible. But how would we know where we are inside in the terminal? All you need to do is typing pwd inside of the terminal, which stands for print working directory. Now click enter and boom, it shows us where we currently are, which is the home folder we opened earlier. But even so, with all this, we still can't see the materials inside of this folder. So what can we do to fix that? So here's a new code. Type ls, which stands for list, and it will show you a list of everything that exists in the directory. And when you press enter, you can see all the items inside home folder. Alright, let's move on to our next code. Whenever you want to use an item inside any folder, type cd, which is short for change directory. Just type cd, then put a space after it, and then type, for example, desktop. Boom, it ran. Now you are inside of the desktop folder, and if you type pwd, it will prove your location. Alright, now we have come this far. But how do we go back? Like clicking back button while roaming through a folder on Windows. Here you need to type cd space ... then press enter. You can see that it brought you one step back. Now if we keep repeating this code, it will finally bring us to forward slash, which is the starting point of the system. That's the root of the file system. And if you type ls here, you will see many items. Alright, it's enough for this episode. Don't forget to practice these codes with different folders so you can fully master them. We have already delved a little deeper into the world of Linux and come one step closer to becoming a hacker. Although it might seem as if we didn't learn anything vital in this episode, but these small codes are gonna come very handily in the rest of our journey. Well, thanks for staying with me this far, and I wanna congratulate you on starting this tough-ass road. The first episode of every class is usually boring. But on our next episode, I'm gonna teach you about much closer function and codes you can run on Linux. And I will promise you, at the end of this series, you will be able to hack with Linux. And I hope you are planning to be a white hat hacker. Am I right? Have a nice day. Till the next video, keep cool and stay anonymous.